Hey, what's up guys, I'm back with a video, and today I'm going to be talking about why the New Orleans Pelicans are actually one of the most slept on teams in the entire NBA. And as a Pelicans fan, it brings me a lot of joy to make this video, especially because they just finished that sweep on the Portland Trailblazers. Everybody thought it was going to go 7-game series. They locked up Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, and they ended up sweeping them at home today. And their last game, they beat them by a ton, and they just looked like the better team than Portland. Even though they're a 6 seed and Portland was a 3 seed, they just looked better than the Portland Trailblazers. So I'm going to be getting into reasons why I think that the Pelicans could be the most slept-on team in the NBA playoffs and why teams should be looking out for them more. So without further ado, without moving on too much, let's get right into this video. My first reason is going to be their defense, and I mean, since the Pelicans have lost DeMarcus Cousins, they have been the 6th best defense in the entire league, and they have shown that in the playoffs. As Jrue Holiday has been outstanding, and so has Rajon Rondo. Playoff Rondo and Jrue Holiday have been great in the playoffs, as they have completely taken CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard out of this series, and I mean, that's a big reason why they were able to end up sweeping them. They forced Lillard to average 5 turnovers per game and only 4 assists per game. He is averaging more turnovers than assists per game, only shooting 32% from the field and 32% from the 3. That is horrible for him. From Damian Lillard's standards, where he was playing like an MVP level player before the playoffs started, to just play like a below average point guard because Jrue Holiday had him clamped up the entire series. That is a huge deal. I mean, and then you have Anthony Davis, who is a great player. I mean, on Nurkic, and he pretty much took Nurkic completely out of the series. As I mean, Anthony Davis was averaging 2.7 blocks per game, 2.3 steals per game. He was playing great defense. Nurkic got out, and that was pretty much the end of the Blazers. They didn't really stand a chance after that. They put up a good fight there last game, but I mean, they just weren't enough. They're down 3-0. They're probably playing less motivated, and the Pelicans were able to play very good defense, even at the Trailblazers home court, which is very hard to win at, and the fans are great there. They were still able to steal home court, completely doing a 2-0 sweep, and then taking care of their home court and be able to sweep them. And now my second reason is going to be their supporting cast. A lot of people sleep on their supporting cast a ton. I mean, everybody thinks it's just the Anthony Davis show, but the bigger story right now is that Jrue Holiday and the role players have been outstanding. Since the All-Star break, Jrue Holiday is averaging 19 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, 6 assists per game in the regular season, and now in the playoffs is averaging 23.3 points per game, 1.7 steals per game, 6 assists per game, 4 rebounds per game, 53% from the field, and 38% from 3. That is great, especially to come up like this in playoffs. And then Rondo, another person that has very much stepped up in the playoffs, is averaging 12 points per game, 1 steal per game, 12.3 assists per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 50% from the 3. Rondo, who's not a great 3-point shooter, is shooting 50% from the 3 and delivered a dagger in game 3. And then obviously you have Jrue Holiday, who today had 33 points. He's been playing out of his mind lately, and has been playing like that All-Star we used to know. And obviously Nikola Mirotic, it was a huge help in Game 3, as he also dropped 33 points in Game 3 and was able to help them pretty much win that game single-handedly, as he's now averaging 21 points per game, 2.3 blocks per game, 1.7 steals per game, 1.7 assists per game, and 9 rebounds per game. So he's helping a ton on the boards. And for a big, is shooting very good from 3, 47% from the 3-point line, and he has been one of the best players in the first 4 games and helping to sweep the Portland Trailblazers. And now my third and final reason is going to be, with most finals contenders, they are kind of set up to be able to beat them. They match up very well. So assuming that the Warriors end up making the second round and beating the San Antonio Spurs, they match up very well, because there have been reports that Curry will not be coming back. At least he will be missing the first few games of the second round. So I mean, Jrue Holiday will be able to pretty much keep playing like he is on whoever they have at point guard. Sean Livingston, Quinn Cook, he'll be able to play very good on either one, and I have confidence that if he's able to lock down Damian Lillard, he's going to be able to lock down Quinn Cook and have his way with him. Rondo will be able to play up on Klay Thompson, or maybe they will put Jrue Holiday on Klay Thompson, so I do think Jrue Holiday is a better defender. So I mean, that's a very good defensive team, and if you only have to focus on Klay Thompson as the guard, that is extremely helpful. And they will probably end up putting Anthony Davis on Kevin Durant. So can Anthony Davis lock down Durant? Obviously not, but Anthony Davis can definitely, if out of anybody in the NBA, Anthony Davis can probably at least help lock up, Kevin Durant. And then I don't think Kevin Durant can lock up Anthony Davis neither. So, I mean, it is going to be a very fun thing to watch. Anthony Davis versus Kevin Durant going at it. That is assuming that they do match up and not put him on Draymond Green. But I think if he's on Draymond Green, he'll be able to have a field day in the paint and everything. So that's why I think Kevin Durant will have to end up guarding Anthony Davis, which would then probably leave Mirotic, or no, probably Etuan on Draymond Green. Etuan Moore is about an average player. He's a good 3-point shooter. shooter, and if he gets hot, he's on fire. But I mean, if he's not, he's just off. So he's kind of hit or miss. So Draymond will probably have a better series than him, a lot better of a series, and that would be the biggest weak point. But then Nikola Mirotic, he's either going to be playing center or power forward. And just because of how great of a shooter Nikola Mirotic has been this series, and probably going to be for the next series, I don't think any of their centers are going to be able to stretch the paint that he kind of does. Because I mean, they have to guard him all the way to the 3-point line. Zaza Pachulia cannot guard down the 3-point line. JaVale McGee, he probably won't be able to guard on the 3-point line. If he does, Nikola Mirotic does have a little bit of speed and driving power to where he can be able to burn by either one of them and help a ton. And I mean, if the court's that spread out, and it's pretty much going to be up to who has a better series, Anthony Davis or Draymond Green. And if Jrue Holiday can do what he did against Lillard and McCollum and completely take Klay Thompson out of the game. Because I don't think Steph Curry's going to be a huge factor, even if he does come back, because he's not going to be in shape. He's missed a lot of playoff time, he missed a lot of regular season time, and he's just coming back from a hurt ankle, so he's not going to be 100% at all. So I don't think Curry's going to be a huge factor in the series, even when he does come back. So things are going to really come up to what star player has a better series and what role players step up more. And I do think they have a very, very good chance. This is how great their defense is and how they usually have the best player on the court at all times. This series, they're probably going to have the second best player on the court, but a very, very close second. And it just depends whose role players and star player has a better series. So, yeah, I do. And same thing with Houston. I mean, Chris Paul would either guard James Harden or CP3. I think he definitely wouldn't be able to shut either one of them down, but he could at least keep them in check. Same with Rondo. Anthony Davis, they have no one to guard him. Same matchup, same concept, y'all understand. So, unfortunately, guys, it's going to be it for this video. So, but comment below, who do you think is the most loved on team? Do you think it's the Pelicans? Were y'all expecting the Pelicans to be able to sweep the Portland Trailblazers? I wasn't, and I'm a Pelicans fan. I want to hear all your thoughts below. Do you think Jrue Holiday is one of the best players in the playoffs this year? I really want to hear all those thoughts below. And if you did like the video at any point in the video, please hit the like button. If you really want to help me out, hit the subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. And also, if you really want to help me out, hit the share button. I mean, if y'all should be able to share this video and get PewDiePie or someone to share. I'm kidding. PewDiePie doesn't know who I am or care about me. Feels bad, man. But anyway, so kids, don't think I forgot about you. Never do vegetables. Always do drugs. Stay safe, receive, goodbye.